All right. It's my pleasure to introduce John Orns. VIVO. I don't want to say the other one anyway, but VIVO, which is at Goodfield. He's been with VIVO since April 2022. His current role is sales and business development. He works with business customers in Central Illinois, helps them foster business relationships, provide better understanding of VIVO. I want to say VIVO. VIVO. Good night. And he works as a conduit between the parties throughout the process. Before coming to VIVO, stop saying it, huh? Right, that's what it is. He served as probation officer with Woodford County for 10 years, serving as a senior probation officer for the last 3 years. I have to give us a story about that too. Anyway, without further ado, come on up, John.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Excuse me. Thank you, Steve, for the invite. I really appreciate it. I have always known about the Rotary, going to parades, seeing the parade floats always go by, but I never really knew a lot about it until I was invited to come. So I started doing some research on VIVO, on the Rotary. And wow, you guys are an amazing organization. So thank you for all you do in the communities. I really appreciate your service to the local communities. It's fantastic. So as Steve mentioned, my name is John Orns. I work for VIVO. We are located in Goodfield, Illinois. How many before the announcement of who is speaking today have heard of VIVO, just out of curiosity? That's what I thought. So hey, really, I like that. That's great. Even one of the Richwood students knows VIVO. So I'm happy to be able to share who VIVO is, what we do, and how we've helped the community and our forward-looking, where we're going to go from in the future. Go. All right. Well, we're working on the technical stuff here. There it goes. So VIVO started as CNAP Sales Incorporated in 2003. Our CEO, his name is Chance Knapp. He was a junior in high school at Eureka. And one day, one of his close friends, who is now our vice president of operations, bought an airsoft gun. And what do teen boys do with airsoft guns? They shoot each other. So Chris shot Chance with the airsoft gun. Well, Chance had nothing to defend himself. So what do you think he did? He went and bought an airsoft gun. But instead of just buying one, he bought a whole box of them. Why? Because he wanted to sell them to his friends, so that way they could ambush Chris. Makes sense, right? Well, in the meantime, when he was selling these airsoft guns to his friends that he just bought this box off of eBay, he's like, hey, I just made some money off of this. Maybe I can do this again. So he bought another box of airsoft guns, sold them on eBay, made more money. Oh, this is really great. So he starts, in high school, working in his parents' basement, selling airsoft guns. Well, he realized that, if I'm buying it from eBay, I am spending extra money because I'm buying it from another source. So I'm going to go to the manufacturer. I'm going to buy a pallet of these. So that's what he did. So he bought a pallet of airsoft guns, brought them in. An airsoft gun is like a real gun, but it just shoots little pellets. So it's not dangerous. It's like a BB gun. Yeah, it's just a little plastic.
You'll shoot your eye out with it.
It'll hurt, but they're more toys. So he graduated in 2005 and had started building up this little business. But this was not a good business model, and he knew this. And so he kind of wanted to start to diversify a little bit. So he worked with companies like Kmart, Best Buy, Sears, and bought their returned items. And actually built this building right out of high school there in Goodfield. And what we would do, let's see if it'll go to next slide. Okay. Is this not working? Okay, no problem. He would get these random pallets of returned items from these box stores. Open these up, look at them, make sure they're okay, and then he would sell them on eBay. And this business started to take off, but it's very labor intensive. So for a couple of years, he continued to buy these pallets and sell the items. Well, eventually, the 2007, 2008 recession hit, and companies started really decreasing on what they were buying. And one of the major things that they decreased was laptops. And Chance had the opportunity to work with Best Buy to get old laptops in and take them apart and sell them for parts. Because businesses were not buying new laptops anymore because they couldn't afford them. They were just refurbishing them. So he saw this as an opportunity to, again, expand his business. And so he changed the name from CNAP Sales to VIVO Technologies. And then he partnered with another manufacturer of laptops and actually got in 1,000 pallets of laptops. You can imagine the workload this took. So he would hire local high school students to come in, help them after school. He'd be working about 16, 18 hours a day, pulling apart these laptops and then selling them on eBay. And it worked really, really well because, again, companies all over the country were needing laptops, but not wanting to purchase new ones because they were expensive and recession was still in full swing. Well, a few years go by and the recession decreases, the companies start getting more money and they can start to afford laptops, laptop prices come down. And Chance had the foresight to go, this isn't a profitable business much more. So I need to look into changing the business model of VIVO Technologies. Where can I go from here? And as he was researching different products of where to focus VIVO Technologies' energy, he realized that office ergonomics was really, really important, but they were really, really expensive. And he first started with computer monitor mounts. So mounts right to the desk, and it holds 1, 2 screens. If you want to go ahead and go to the next screenshot here. So this is one of the very first products that we ever introduced. And he worked with a manufacturer to have a good, high-quality product, but it doesn't cost the $100+ per mount as what was on the market currently. So this currently is still one of our best-selling mounts. We call it the Stand V002. It has sold over 1 million units, has over 47,000 reviews on Amazon, and they are very highly rated. So as he was transferring things into ergonomics and other areas as well, he realized that VIVO Technologies wasn't the greatest name because we're getting out of the technology area. So he just shortened it to VIVO. And at this time also, Amazon's really starting to grow big. E-commerce is taking off. eBay is really starting to slow down. And so he puts all of his energy and resources into Amazon. And it really, really paid off. VIVO started to grow. So this is a picture from 2014 of our facility. The building there, the very far top corner, that was that little building that Chance built in 2005. Between 2007 and 2014, we added to that building 5 times because we continued to grow. As soon as the ergonomics started to take off, VIVO started to grow very, very rapidly. In 2015, we realized we just didn't have the space. So we then added just that first part of the building across what we call the pond and finished that in 2016, ran out of room again. So built the building just to the west of it, addition. 2015, we realized we were out of room again, so we built to the east. So at this time, we now had a 40,000 square foot facility and a new 45,000 square foot facility there in Goodfield. The business continued to grow upon that. In 2016, we introduced a desk riser. So it's a height adjustable unit that sits on an existing desk and converts that desk into the option to be able to stand up and then sit down when you want to. And then 2018, we introduced our height adjustable desks. really increased ergonomics in this market. In 2018, we also brought in our research and development team. So Chance hired a lead engineer and product specialist in ergonomics, and we started increasing our product line. We now have a very robust engineering team as well as R&D team to help us create and bring in new products. Well, as we continue to increase our product lineup, we needed to build again. So in 2021, we started our new shipping warehouse there in Goodfield. And so now in February of 2022, we moved into our new 100,000 square foot shipping facility. This is located, if everybody knows Busy Corner in Goodfield, right? Great Pie, yeah. Right across the interstates to the south of Busy Corner is this facility. As of date today, we have shipped over 130,000 products out of this warehouse alone. So we continue to grow. And the thing is, we filled this up immediately. When I started in April, so just a couple of months after this opened, it was already filled. We've now started to have to add racking into the building to add more space. So we have continued to grow as a company, but we have a local feel. We take pride in the local feel that we have. So if you want to go ahead and switch to the next one. So some company highlights. Who are we? Who is VIVO? So we started very small with one employee, with just the airsoft guns, very small. 2011 is really when we started to ramp up our office ergonomics with one product that did very, very well. We now have over 1,100 active products. The high majority of those products are in office ergonomics. Our engineers have been working on new products, and we've been able to apply for and been approved for 130 patented or patent pending products. So we're continuing to innovate in the area of office ergonomics. We have 90 employees, whether it be full-time, part-time. We also have a very robust internship program. Jude, if you're ever looking at coming for an internship through VIVO, we have a very well-worked engineering internship program. We work with Bradley and other local universities. We also partner with several high schools in the area. And we have student workers come in and for class credit work in our warehouse, getting exposure to work life. We have warehouse operations all across America. So we have 3 main warehouses across the other states. We also have 2 shipping facilities, one on each coast. We have 2 warehouses in Canada, warehouse in the UK, one in Australia, one in Mexico, and trying to add another one in Germany. So here we are, this little company that started as a junior in high school with airsoft guns, now has a global footprint. With our Amazon, we have the #1 products, many of our products on Amazon. We're proud to say that we are in the monitor mounts. We sell about 50% of all monitor mounts on Amazon. Out of the top 10 monitor mounts, we have 4 of the top 10 products. And we are the only US-based company on Amazon in the top 10. Everybody else is based in China. So Chance has done a phenomenal job building up this company. Why? Because we want to focus on good, high-quality products at prices that people can afford. And so many times these same products of competitors are so expensive. And so we take great pride in what we have. Go ahead to the next slide, please. Because of that, we have our own in-house engineering and R&D, as I mentioned before. We want to keep it in-house. We also have our own in-house customer support. We're not going to outsource this to somebody else. When somebody calls and asks questions, they don't get a computer. They don't get somebody overseas. They get somebody in Central Illinois, somebody who's a VIVO employee. Takes great pride in what they do. We also have a great product support specialist. These men and women talk with customers through different problems they might be having, different questions. For one example, we had a teacher call us and said, I really want a height adjustable marimba. Can I do that? Absolutely. Where is it bolt on? How does it work? And we were able to do that because he has 5 fifth graders and he has seniors in high school. There's a lot of height difference there. He added the height adjustable. We were able to work through it. Another time we had a customer call in who was blind. Very hard, not completely blind, but very hard seeing. And couldn't put the desk together because the person he was going to have come do it wasn't able to do it. So one of our specialists spent 2 hours on the phone with this person, helping them put the desk together. And this is the commitment that VIVO employees have with our customers. We want them to have a great experience. So what products do we have? What does VIVO specialize in now? So, I apologize, I added this slide in. So why is ergonomics important? A lot of companies are starting to realize that ergonomics in the workplace is very, very important. But why? The high majority of workers in the United States have a very sedentary work life. They sit at their desk, they may get up, go have lunch, go get a thing of water or coffee. Otherwise, they're sitting at the desk. What are doctors seeing? Increased levels of carpal tunnel syndrome, neck pain, back pain, leg pain. Why? Because they're sitting down the whole time. Office ergonomics are extremely, extremely important. Being able to stand up, it has shown a 25% increase in productivity for an employee who can sit down or stand up at work at any time. It also improves overall employee satisfaction. When they're sitting there, they're slumped, their back's hurting, do they want to be there? Probably not. But they're feeling good. It increases in satisfaction of what they're doing. And it also decreases employee stress. So ergonomics are very, very important, which is why we've put a lot of time and a lot of resources into ergonomics, because we want companies to be able to afford these products. So what products do we offer? So height adjustable desks are one of the big ones. And we continue to expand our lineup. I think we've just introduced in the height adjustable desk range at least 80 new products in the past couple of months. We have everything from small 43 by 24 inch desks all the way up to large 71 by 36 inch desks. We have corner desks. Any type of office space that you have, we probably have a desk that will fit that. Now, we primarily focus on e-commerce, as I mentioned before. So we're looking at a lot of home offices, a lot of work from home type employees buy from VIVO off of Amazon. But we also have the ability to sell to large companies. We just sold a semi-load of desks to a company in New York because they're redoing their office. So we have all these resources available to us. And these are great options. We have a lot of accessories that we'll talk about in a little bit that go with these as well. Most desks in here, I did a quote for a company, and they provided me a quote for a L-shaped desk, nice corner desk. It was over $3,000 for this desk. Height adjustable, looked really nice. I completed the sale for them for $550 for the same product. It's comparable to what they were looking at. Why? Because we want to work with the customer. We want to give them a good price. And height adjustable desks are gaining in popularity. But if a company can't afford a height adjustable desks, we have something called a desk converter. What a desk converter does, as I mentioned earlier, it just sits right on top of your desk you already have and converts that into a height adjustable desk. So push a lever or a button if you get the electric one, you can stand up and sit down. It's very simple, it's easy to use. You can pair it with a monitor mount, get your monitors up off there, and it looks really, really sharp. You have lots of different sizes, different colors, whatever you're looking for. The ones on your left, my right, has the X-frame pattern. That is our patented product. The one on the right is a Z-frame. Another company has the patent on that. We have the patent license. But there's only 2 companies that own the patents on desk risers. VIVO is one of the companies that has one of those patents. We're very proud of that one. So these are a great alternative for cost savings. If you don't want to replace your desks, these go right on top. So I mentioned we have monitor mounts, all different kinds of monitor mounts. We have about 130 different variations on our lineup. Anything from a single screen all the way up to 6 screens mounts. So depending on your need. Also, another one that we really like. A lot of people don't realize when you stand, your torso changes. So when you're sitting down, your monitors need to be at a certain level. When you stand up, your monitors actually need to go up with the desk at a higher level than it would be if you just raised the desk itself. So this is a patented product we just released about 2 months ago. And this not only has a height adjustable frame, but it has a height adjustable monitor mount as well. So by the push of one button, you can stand your desk up, move your monitors up, and ergonomically, you're in the best position possible. So great option, great alternative to even just a standard height adjustable desk. But we didn't stop there. Businesses obviously need more products than just desks, desk converters, and monitor mounts. So we have a huge supply of TV stands, mounts. Some are patented, some are not. Anything from a 13-inch TV all the way up to a 120-inch TV. Single screen, dual screen. We also have one of my favorites on the right. You ever see the TVs that come out of the cabinet and raise up? Yeah, that's what that is. It holds up to a 75-inch TV. And then we also have ones that attach to the ceiling. And by pushing a button, just drop down, it can swivel and do all neat things. So a lot of different types of carts and mounts and stands when it comes to holding TVs. I mentioned a little bit of desk accessories, keyboard trays, privacy panels, all different options when it comes to desk accessories as well. One thing VIVO also does is we have business acquisitions. So we will buy other e-commerce companies that are in our lineup of products. And one of the products that we purchased a couple of years ago was a company called Dragon. And they are a chair company. And we'll go ahead and switch. And they focus on kneeling chairs. And this is basically our main lineup for chairs. And the benefit to a kneeling chair is it keeps your back straight. And it helps you stay in the proper position. One thing we're finding out that really, really works well with these kneeling chairs is in schools. The one there, the second one, the wooden one, we have that, and we have a black one. They're rockers. And they sit there and they just rock very gently. And I have been working with some local schools and giving them some of these chairs to use as alternative seating for students. Students who want to move a lot, students who just can't sit still. Right now, a big push is to have the big balls, big yoga balls. Those are great. Unless you're in a first grade class and the kids like to puncture them with scissors and all that other, kids, they bounce across the room. These, they sit there and they just lightly rock. And it just keeps them at just enough attention, that way they don't disrupt the class. So this is something that we're really pursuing with schools and seeing great, great results with it. Now, we also have products outside of ergonomics. These are the products that in 2011, when Chance was kind of figuring out where do we want to go, he invested in some of these products as well, and they actually did really, really well, so we've continued to use them. The one on the far left there is a gaming chair. We have gaming products, different tables and keyboard trays. This one has a racing setup, so you have a steering wheel and gear shifter. We have a wide range of beekeeping products, so hives and honey extractors, bee suits. We also have pet strollers. I never knew this was a thing until I worked at VIVO. But you put your little pet in there, you can wheel them around the park. So they're very, very popular. And then a few different ghillie suits. So for hunters, if you're looking for ghillie suits, we have a couple different sizes and designs. So that's where VIVO is currently. But where is VIVO going in the future? So this year alone, we are going to introduce over 400 new products in our product lineup. We have over 100 products in the pipeline to be introduced in first quarter 2023. So we are continuing to build, innovate, and produce new products. We're changing our logo just a little bit, make it a little bit more modern. But what's more important is we are actually creating a new brand. And we're calling it Life Finds. This brand is going to be released sometime mid-2023. And this is going to involve products that are outside of office ergonomics. We have a great lineup of products that we want to introduce. We realized VIVO is known for office ergonomics. We specialize in this, and we don't want to combine the two anymore. So we're breaking it apart. And these products are going to be more for in your home, products that are going to be outside of ergonomics. So we're really excited to see what's going to happen here. As I mentioned earlier, we also are involved in business acquisitions, both on e-commerce, but we're also starting to do some locally as well as investment opportunities. Our CEO understands the challenges businesses have when they're starting. He was in the same boat, knowing finances, how to figure things out, where to get your money from, where to get investment opportunities from. And a lot of investors that we've been talking to are from major cities. You know, your Chicago, your St. Louis. Why not have something local? So we want to be able to help with investment opportunities. So if you know of businesses that are looking for investment opportunities that VIVO would be a good partner for, please let me know. We'd be happy to sit down and talk with them. I just sat down with a business a couple weeks ago who we might be partnering with. We're really excited. So the next slide really shows who VIVO is. We've never had a mission and vision statement before, and this year we wanted to change that. We wanted to have a cohesive understanding of where VIVO is going in the future. And this is our mission and our vision statement. And it's all partnered with big. We want to give in a big way. We want to build products that are not only great products, but they're innovative. They're intuitive. Products that people are going to want to use. We want to innovate. We want to invest in that innovation and be adaptive. Learn how to move with the market. You know, those of you who are business owners and businessmen and women, you know that you have to stay competitive. You have to be able to be flexible. And the G in big is give. We want to give back to the community. We want to give back to our employees and give back to the local ones around us. We want to show respect to all of our customers, our coworkers, as well as serve our community. And the next slide shows our commitment to give back locally. This is just a small sampling of some of the organizations that we partner with at VIVO to help showcase who we are, but also let's help work and let's help figure out problems. Let's solve problems together. So I appreciate your time. Appreciate you letting me come in, show you who VIVO is, how we're helping the community, who we are, because now everybody in this room knows who VIVO is. And I want to open up the floor to any questions. Yes.
I have one request and 2.5 questions.
Perfect.
Let's start with the first clarification.
Uh-huh.
Do you manufacture everything in the United States?
We do not. So we are the manufacturer, and that is our product. They are produced overseas.
Where?
In
China,
Malaysia. We're getting a couple, and we're looking at Taiwan and Vietnam.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for clarifying. The next one is the request.
Yes.
Do we get coupons today for listening to you and for being here?
Would you like that?
Oh, I would love that, yes. We like many of your products. I do especially.
Perfect. Yeah, reach out to me and I can definitely hook you up with that.
I shall. The 2 next questions and a half.
Yes. I'm interested in the half question.
The half question, yes. Now that I have learned you have many or a widening product diversification, where can we see these? And do you have a product catalog, since really from ergonomics to bee suits
Yep.
to hunting suits? We want to keep up. And I have, actually, it's not necessarily a question, but if you are looking for a headquarters in Peoria, I have one ready for you. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So our website is vivo-us.com, which is the end of my email address up there. That is going to be our, we'll list every product that we have. We do not have product catalogs themselves. Again, being an e-commerce company, we do primarily everything online. But we are redoing our website currently. It's hopefully going to release next beginning of January. And it's going to be much more user-friendly, intuitive, and provide a lot more information. So yes, thank you. Other questions?
You may have said, but where did the VIVO name come from? If you did, I apologize, I forgot. And then secondly, what was the light bulb? When did that go off with the ergonomics?
Sure.
Where'd that revelation come from?
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a great question about the VIVO, and I actually don't know. And I actually heard Chance talking about it. I know there's a story behind it. I came in the end of that conversation, and I never did catch where that came from. I do apologize. The light bulb moment came actually when Chance was in church. And he was, it was 2011, and again, he was knowing that, and I've got to change, I've got to do something. Where do I go into it? And somebody had mentioned monitor mounts. And so he started doing some research on those because they were complaining how expensive they were. They really liked the idea, but they were well over $100 for a mount. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so ours, the one that I showed right there is on Amazon right now for $24.99. So we wanted to create a product that is highly reliable, but not expensive. And so that's where Chance saw that opportunity working with the manufacturers he was already working with to start in the ergonomic area. Yeah. Yes?
This time I'm clarifying. VIVO means living.
Yes, VIVO does mean living. Yes.
So because you guys are e-commerce, what do you, actually I never been having asked if we've heard of you.
Mm-hmm.
Once you showed your products, I have seen your stuff.
Yep.
But my question would be, how are you guys on Amazon identifying yourselves as a US-based company? Because I have overlooked your products because your name sounds Chinese.
Sure.
I mean, it sounds like all the companies that go overseas, and your products are cheap.
Right.
And those two things, when I'm shopping, don't work well.
Right.
Expensive, US-based. I mean, are more I'm looking for when I'm shopping.
Sure.
At least a high value, but when the things are very inexpensive.
Right.
Well, that's not going to work well. So let's move on to something more expensive.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm not sure why we haven't. I don't see a lot of businesses. They have a U.S. stamp on there that they are a U.S.-based company on Amazon. And so I'm assuming that's something that we can get because obviously we are a U.S.-based company. But a lot of people don't realize you can see where the company is from if you are on Amazon.
We're just going with 1,000 monitor stands. We've never just come up.
Sure.
Where are they at? I mean, you're not researching any of that stuff.
Right. What do you mean? I'm sorry.
You're not researching where all those companies are from. You're just
looking at
one and you buy the product.
Sure. And a lot of it has to do with the amount of reviews that we have. And so a lot of people will want to look for what has the highest reviews. And what has commonality. And so you see VIVO, if you look up the monitor mount, you're going to see VIVO in the top 10, 4 of our products in the top 10. And then, keep going, we're going to have a lot more there, and thousands and thousands of reviews per product. So.
He's talking about how do you cut through the clutter of the cheapness in the e-commerce world.
Yeah.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Man, I know I can do the research and I can figure it out. I'm just saying, I've not watched your product. Had I known it was from Converville,
Right.
that's what would have been sitting on my desk.
Sure.
I skipped you for that reason.
Yeah.
So that's
Absolutely.
I'll work
No,
on that.
and I appreciate that. I'm going to definitely take that to our marketing department. Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much.
Where is your stock?
We are not a publicly traded company.
Private? Are you family?
Yes, it's a family-owned company.